Have you ever wanted to just wake up at 4:30 and just have the desire to go fishing all of a sudden?
Yes, every day.
Same with my partners. You have people that really just don't want to wake up with the same amount of drive, but since they're with you, and you know the feeling of wanting to go fishing and catching the biggest bass of your life, catching the 5 biggest fish of your life is something so sought after, especially as us anglers. Tournament fishing for me, kind of like with Keith Jones here. Keith went at it a way that is so unorthodox it's hard to even talk about. It's a way that most people aren't successful doing that. Picking up sponsors, doing these things, and that's where tournament fishing is entailed. Making money, doing the best you can, and coming out on top. Just with like any sport. It takes practice, all kinds of things, to make you better at your craft and better at what you want to do. Tournament fishing basically starts at the crack of dawn. 4 a.m., 4:30 a.m., you leave the house. You get to the dock, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., and you start your day. And shoot off the gun, and you're off. You're fishing for 8 hours. Weigh-in's usually around 3:30. And you weigh the 5 biggest fish you possibly can. Largemouth have to be 14 inches, smallmouth bass have to be 14 inches, spotted bass can be 12 inches. This isn't anything that's so unreal to think about, because you catch the 5 biggest fish you can and you bring them in, and if you have the biggest amount of weight, then you win the tournament. It's that easy. I can just pretty much say that and be done with this speech, but there's so much more depth than that. You go out and you're fishing against guys that are just as competitive, if not more competitive, want the spot that you're wanting to be, have the money that you're wanting to make. Some of these tournaments, anywhere between $15,000 and $500,000 would be the winning prize at the end of the 2 days, at the end of the 4 days, or however long this fishing tournament may be. But that's pretty much how it works. Bass fishing and tournament fishing go hand in hand so well, because it is the world's most sought after sport fish, especially in freshwater. And it's something that's so exciting and so near and dear to my heart that it has become more or less my favorite sport, just as quickly as anything else has, like football and basketball. But fishing and where it goes in your life is something that is so unattachable and becomes so close to you all of a sudden that when tournament fishing takes a toll on your life, it's pretty much all you ever think about. And so when you wake up at 4:30 a.m. and you weigh in at 3:30 p.m., it becomes just like an everyday activity. It becomes nothing short of just a day that you're waiting for throughout the whole entire week, so that the weekend will start and you're good to go to fish for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, go after the biggest amount of money that you can ever think of, depending on the tournament series you fish. But there's several. There's Bass Champs, TTZ, Bassmaster, FLW, several different circuits you can fish, and all of them are basically going by that one principle of waking up super early, weighing in somewhat late, and bringing the 5 biggest fish to the scale to see what you end up with. So tournament fishing in a nutshell has become a sport that is bringing billions of dollars per year in revenue through the country, and it is making very, very big steps in the sports industry.